Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Cinetroverts, the show that celebrates those who were chosen last for kickball. I'm your host, Mondo, and with me is...
Tabby.
Hello, Tabby. How are you?
I'm super. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Hope everyone's having a good week. It is Memorial Day weekend when we are recording this new episode. And, first of all, I want to thank our men, women, parents, cousins, friends, anyone in service. Thank you so much. We appreciate everything you've done for us. So
yes,
thank you so much.
Of course.
Let's go ahead and kick off with our lists. But before we do, I just want to share a quick little anecdote with you. So when you're a couple and you are a movie collector and you move in with another movie collector, you tend to have a lot of doubles of things. So we went to our local store yesterday with about a dozen DVDs and Blu-rays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the stuff that we had doubles of. And it was like really good shit. Like what did we get rid of? Aliens, because
Heat.
I have that special edition.
Yeah.
Heat on DVD because I just got the special edition Blu-ray recently.
An episode of Season of The Simpsons.
Yeah, one of the Simpsons season that she already had that I bought, so we got rid of that. Mm-hmm. It Follows. I had an extra copy of that.
Yep.
There are a few
Army
other
of Darkness. We had doubles.
Yeah, Army of Darkness. You had it on DVD?
I had it on DVD.
Yeah, and I have the Screwhead Edition Blu-ray. So, yeah, they're just things we just didn't need. And a few other random movies that I think I got rid of. But, yeah, we had about a dozen movies that we put in. And we ended up walking away with about
what we came in with.
About what we came in with, yeah. So I'm just going to read off the list. Now, I chose a few more than you did. Because it was buy two, get one free, and we just split the credit.
Yeah, I couldn't really find anything. I didn't have anything really in mind, so I didn't want to just get something just to get it.
But you did end up finding 3 movies that you wanted.
I did.
Yeah, and I got 7 that I wanted. One of them was on sale for $3, so I was like, oh, and on Blu-ray, I'm like, oh, I have to. So I was going to read off the list of what we got, and it'll be up to you to decide who got what, because there are some things I know that you got that people say, like, dude, Mondo totally got that, or a guy would pick that, but you picked it. Then there are things I don't know. I think all my movies are guy movies.
Yeah.
But, so...
The one, I guess you could call it girl movie, and there is mine.
Yeah. Other than that, you have to guess who got what. Mm-hmm. So, on Blu-ray, we got the remake of RoboCop. Don't judge me. Michael Keaton's in it. Awesome. So, that's a giveaway. Assassins. Silence of the Lambs. The Elephant Man. Manhunter. A Midsummer Night's Dream. That was Debbie's. To Live and Die in L.A., John Carpenter's Vampires, the original Assault on Precinct 13, and 1 season of the series Alcatraz from Fox.
And by 1 series, he means the only series.
Yeah. It's like I did 1 season. It's a cool show. I think I've talked about it on this podcast before. But yeah, is that Josh Lucas?
I was just thinking that.
Yeah,
I think it
sorry,
is.
we have Alive.
We're watching Alive right now.
I don't know why. We put on Netflix. Just like we always, you know how by now we always watch something on.
Yeah, and I think that's Josh Lucas.
I haven't seen this movie in years.
I'm gonna guess he dies real quick here. I could be wrong. I haven't seen this movie in years either.
Does he get
eaten? That's a good question.
Yeah.
I shouldn't laugh at this. This is based on a true story.
Yeah. On Memorial Day, so you should remember.
People really did get eaten.
Yeah. But I just wanted to share that story with you. It's like trading your videos, folks. If you got extra stuff, don't be a Cinetrover for a little bit. Just go out and venture into the outside world, deal with people, trade in. You get store credit. Awesome. We're over in the area we live. There's a place called V-Stock. Mm-hmm. So if you live in LA, it's kind of like a mini version of Amoeba.
A very mini version.
Yeah, because they have comics, books, video games, action figures, collectibles. Tons of movies, DVDs, Blu-rays, foreigns, classics, movie posters, keychains, cool shit. Like, they got tons of stuff. It's like Amoeba, but smaller. But it's still really cool. They got a couple locations. But anyway, there's one at the mall not far from us, so we went out to that. So, do that. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and kick it off with this week's releases, stuff that's new on demand or on Amazon Prime that you can order. Quite a bit came out. I was really surprised, but I'm going to go ahead and run down that list real quick. The Great Wall, starring Matt Damon, a white man in a film about the Great Chinese Wall. Okay.
Yes. It didn't do very well.
And we kind of mocked this the other day, but Awakening the Zodiac. Awakening the Zodiac. So, yeah, that's a modern day Zodiac movie, which in my opinion do not work. Zodiac
no.
would be, if indeed he was still alive, he'd be very old and decrepit. But apparently he's alive and well, still killing and kidnapping.
Yeah, and apparently there's real nice footage of him murdering somebody, and apparently he just knows who has a hold of it and is going to stop them.
Yeah, these guys, I guess they buy a like Storage Wars. They buy a storage locker and they find old film strips and some Zodiac. Like Zodiac would just leave that shit lying around and still be alive.
Right.
Anyway,
it's stuff like that. I don't know, stuff like that when it's based on like a real serial killer who actually killed people. I don't know. Then it's kind of like it feels really exploitive to me.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Dead Awake. Dead Awake is a new horror film from the writer of Final Destination that just went on demand, and it stars Jocelyn Donahue from The House of the Devil and Insidious Chapter 2. Bria Grant, Lori Petty. Pretty cool little cast in there.
Lori Petty.
Yeah. Leave Lori Petty alone.
I'm sorry.
Hey, she's great in the Army now.
She's great at Free Willy.
Yeah, she is. Fist Fight. Charlie Day versus Ice Cube after school. I don't know. That movie looked cool. I haven't seen it yet. Apparently it's not great, but I don't know. I still want to see it. Triple X. The Return of Xander Cage.
The sequel we've all been pining for since, 2003?
So I guess Vin Diesel realizes where fuel's running low on the Fast franchise, so he had to jump on another franchise. Mm-hmm. Anyway. Unacknowledged. Unacknowledged is a documentary about UFOs, conspiracy theories, and all like alien cover-up and stuff. It sounds interesting. It's narrated by Gustavo Fring.
And that is his real name.
Was it Giancarlo Esposito?
Yeah.
He narrates this. Oh, well, that was bloody. Sorry, I'm watching the plane. The plane crash is happening now and alive. We need to do his fan commentary just soon. We need to do that episode soon.
That was a terrible green screen, that shot, by the
way. The Space Between Us. I don't even know why I'm mentioning that.
Oh, good lord. Just more YA stuff that maybe you'll like if you're a YA. I don't know. But
if you're a millennial who happens to be in love with a boy that lives in Mars and comes to Earth, then this movie's for you.
Then, this should speak to you.
I am specifically mentioning this because my friend is a star of it. Chupacabra Territory. Now, it's a direct-to-DVD horror film. It's like found footage. It looks fun. My good friend and Scream Queen, Sarah Nicklin, is starring in it. Also co-stars Michael Reed and Jeff Dylan Graham. Jeff Dylan Graham is a genre actor who started off in all of Adam Wingard's early films. Adam Wingard directed Blair Witch, The Guest, You Were Next. So I bring that as a shout out to them. So Jeff and Sarah, congratulations. Yes.
My stepsister Rebecca, when she was younger, went through a huge Chupacabra phase. So that makes me kind of nostalgic for the times when she was all about the Chupacabra.
Chupacabra is not getting enough love.
No, and she was trying so hard to, bring him the respect he deserved.
Right, yeah. No, I mean, it looks fun. I don't think it's set in... Well, I guess it doesn't have to necessarily be set in Mexico, I guess. No. Somewhere along, like, Texas or New Mexico.
I was going to say, you can
Colorado,
cross the border, probably.
Yeah. But it is Mexican folklore, so... But anyway. Documentary you might be interested in. David Lynch, The Art Life. It's a feature-length documentary that examines the works of David Lynch's
I
films.
would be interested in that.
Yeah, that's you can get that on demand now. Just dropped on Prime, so it's streaming free if you have Prime. These two movies I've been wanting to see, and I've mentioned them before. The Girl with the Gifts. It's like a fresh take on the zombie apocalypse type film. It looks really awesome. That is now on demand, or excuse me, streaming on Prime. And The Black Coat's Daughter with Emma Roberts. Another really, really sleek-looking satanic worship indie horror film. Looks really trippy. Mm-hmm. So that is now on Prime, and I'm definitely going to try to check those out this week. Netflix dropped some stuff. Some of it I didn't notice. It might have been there a little bit longer, but this definitely just dropped as of, I think, this Friday or today. War Machine. Not to be confused with Rhodes from Iron Man.
Darn.
War Machine is a dark comedy starring Brad Pitt.
I see.
It's a Netflix original movie. It's brand spanking new. So there's that. A couple docuseries that look pretty interesting. Occult Crimes. Apparently it's from 2015, but I just noticed this today, so if it's older, I'm sorry. But it's a series that examines murders that were caused by mental illness or religious beliefs or cult practices. I don't know. It sounds really intriguing, so I might check that out. The Keepers. The Keepers is a new documentary that just got released by Netflix. Keep it up with their murder mystery stuff. It's about the murder of a nun back in the 60s or 70s, and it's about a big cover-up with in regards to the Catholic Church. Us Catholics are always getting a bad name.
You Catholics, man. You can't get it together.
Yeah, it's like you're either a Bible thumper or you're not.
Right.
But anyway, so yeah, there's that. Dig Two Graves. It's a indie horror film that apparently was shot out in this area somewhere between Illinois and Missouri.
Really?
Yeah, somewhere.
Yay for us.
But it's an indie horror film, which apparently might be not bad. Southpaw, the Jake Gyllenhaal boxing drama, directed by. Actually, it was made by Kurt Sutter. He who wrote Sons of Anarchy.
Okay.
So hell yeah. Stickland 2. Now,
There's
I
the second one?
don't know why. I mean, Stickland 1 is really cool. It's a really cool original take on the vampire apocalyptic setting. Mm-hmm. It's a really cool movie. Danielle Harris is in it. Kelly McGinnis makes a theatrical kind of comeback. But it's a really cool movie. I don't know why they made a second one and none of the original people are involved. So, I don't know. I don't know what to really say about that one. That's now on Netflix. And one of Tarantino's best films, the Inglourious Basterds, is now streaming on Netflix as well.
Nice.
So check that out. What'd you watch this week, Tabby? I mean, I know last night we went to go see. No, was it last night?
No, it was 2 nights ago.
It was 2 nights ago. We didn't see Baywatch.
Yes, we did.
Which was fun.
Baywatch. Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, it was fun.
I was kind of hoping it would be better.
All the best stuff's in the trailer.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But the Dwayne Johnson he's entertaining enough, I think, to carry it. So the weaker points, at least you had him being charismatic and funny, so.
Yeah. No, he's really funny in it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have a mouthful of cold pizza. I thought you were going to talk longer, so I took a bite.
Okay, what more can I say about Baywatch?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It made me want to go back to the beach. I was very, very, into getting into the water after that movie.
The one benefit of living in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
The beach.
That beach.
The bears.
What else did I watch this week? I started watching a show from 2012 called The Firm, based on the, 93 movie?
The John Grisham, Tom Cruise movie.
Yes.
You watch? Oh, that's right. You are watching that, aren't you?
Yeah, you watched one with me.
Oh, that's right. Now,
wow, you just forget all the things about me.
I do. I have a very active social life. With the boy, our dog.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you and him are out mixing it up all the time.
So you're digging the show. You're not loving the show, but you're okay with it?
It's alright, yeah. I don't like the main character. I don't.
Played by Josh Lucas.
Go figure.
Who just died in Alive.
He probably did. I haven't seen his corpse yet, but I assume he's gone.
Isn't it ironic so many people died in this movie and it's called Alive? Just saying.
They should have just called it Dead.
Yeah. Dead Alive.
There's already a movie called Dead Alive.
I know, I'm kidding.
And it's a great movie.
It's an amazing movie.
No, it's okay. I am enjoying it. I just don't really like him, and I'm having a real hard time feeling sorry for him. So...
Yeah.
And every episode begins and ends with, a flash forward, and it's really annoying. I'm like, you could have done this once, or at least just do it at the beginning of the episode. You don't have to do it, at the beginning and the end.
Yeah, I can see how that can get repetitive and annoying after a while.
Yeah, it really is. And again, since I'm not invested in that character, I don't care if he gets killed, arrested, whatever. I don't like him, so... But I'm only on, episode 5, I think, and it had a 22 episode run, and then it got canceled, so... I don't know if it ends on a cliffhanger or not. That'll be something to see.
You know what? Give them that, man, because 22 episodes, that's almost a full season. It's a full season for some shows.
It is, yeah.
Some shows don't even make it to that.
Yeah.
Really sucks. I don't think Alcatraz made it past 15.
Yeah, that
12?
Moonlight that I talked about earlier, that was only 16, but that was a writer's strike. It just killed that show.
So that kind of shit happened.
Yeah.
Right. And we also started Hannibal Season 2, finally.
We are on Season 2, yes.
And speaking of flash forwards, I mean, Season 2 begins with pretty much how Season 2 will end, for the most part.
Yeah, that was a big flash
And it's
forward.
really intense.
Yeah.
It's a fight scene between Jack Crawford and Hannibal Lecter. Sorry, spoiler. But you don't know how it ends. It gets really bloody and violent. You're like, fuck, this is how we're starting?
They're throwing down hard.
Then it jumps back 12 weeks.
Yeah.
So then you're like, oh, well, how do we get there?
Right, what led to that?
So you're going to see what leads up to it. It's really insane why it's such a vicious fight. You'll know why later. Obviously, he finds out about Hannibal, but he finds there's more. There's stuff you haven't even discovered yet.
Right.
That will fuel this rage further.
I'm just saying that, if it were Harvey Keitel, he would have put him down immediately. God. I'm just saying.
Most people think of Jack Crawford, they think of Scott Glenn.
Oh, well, they're wrong to think of that, okay?
Because they think of Harvey Keitel from Red Dragon.
Yes. Oh. Because I love Harvey Keitel and everything. Oh. I'm just saying, no offense, Mr. Fishburne, you put up a good fight, but...
Want to fight me, little piece of shit?
Exactly! You would have come in with that line and it'd have been over.
Yeah, this is like, so it's not, so, but you're not talking about Jack Crawford, you're talking about Mr. White.
Whatever, shut up!
Shut up, tits! Anyway.
Mr. White is the hero we all deserve, okay?
I finally, it took me like 3 nighs. I finally finished watching Heat. I ordered the new Director's Definitive Edition Blu-ray for Heat. The Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Val Kilmer, John Voight, Michael T. Williamson, and Ashley Judd, Hank Azaria movie. Could keep going, but I'm not.
The Allstate guy?
Yeah, Dennis Haysbert.
Yeah.
President Palmer from 24, as I call him. Yeah, I finally got to watch Heat on gorgeous Blu-ray. It was very nice. There are some great bonus features. I got to check out some of those. There's a really cool Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences panel. Curated by whatever.
Moderated?
Same thing. I can't talk. I'm tired. I can't talk today.
It's okay. I know what you mean.
It was moderated. Fucking shit.
It was hosted by.
Yeah, the Q&A was ran by Christopher Nolan. I don't know why I can't talk right now. It was hosted by Christopher Nolan. And it was with Al Pacino, De Niro, and Michael Mann. And then after a good chunk of the questions, they go through a ton of stuff. Then they bring out Judging Amy, and Batman, and then they bring out Batman Forever and Bubba.
And Bubba.
Yeah, they bring out Val Kilmer. What's her name, though, please? Amy? Judging Amy?
Amy Brenneman.
Yeah, there you go. Val Kilmer, Michael T. Williamson. I call him McKetty Williamson. I didn't know it was Michael T. I don't know.
Well, that's what... I only am saying that because on the commentaries I've seen for Justified episodes, that's how they pronounce it.
Well, that's how they introduced him, too.
Oh, they did?
At the Q&A, yeah.
Oh.
So, that's why I'm like, who's Michael T. Williams? And then when he was up there...
Because it's not spelled Michael T.
It looks like McKetty.
There is an L there.
Like spaghetti. McKelty.
McKelty. Anyway,
like
I wouldn't have known to pronounce it that way unless I'd heard.
Listen, Spaghetti Williamson. Yeah, well, I don't know. Anyway, but it was really funny seeing De Niro because he's really awkward in interviews. He's kind of slouches,
really
like,
is.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
He is. I feel bad for him.
No,
He's really quiet. He's really shy.
Yeah, he just looked awkward on the stage at the time. But it was really cool to see. I didn't really watch a whole lot because, like I said, that was taking up most of my nights, and my regular TV fare of Gotham and Designated Survivor. I still haven't seen the season finale, season 1 of Designated Survivor yet, but I was catching up on that, Gotham, and my regular fare.
Oh, we forgot to mention...
Better Call Saul, yeah.
We did see... We can't see the rest, but we did see the first 2 episodes of Twin Peaks Revival.
Oh, yeah! So we had free showtime last weekend.
For like a couple of days.
And like I mentioned last week on last week's episode, I binged the entire season 7 of Shameless over the weekend. Mm-hmm. And that was awesome. And then, on Monday, was it Sunday or Monday?
I think it was Monday.
Yeah, we watched the first 2 episodes of the new Twin Peaks.
Yes, we did.
Which was pretty cool.
It was.
Don't understand half of what's going on, but...
It's more, if you're gonna watch it, if you're a big Twin Peaks fan, you should know going in. It's more Inland Empire David Lynch than it is Twin Peaks David Lynch. You know what I mean?
David Peaks Lynch.
Twin Peaks more or less had a coherent story. Uh-huh. I think it did anyway.
I am Laura Palmer.
This one, I'm sort of keeping up with what's going on in terms of the Cooper stuff. The South Dakota murder or whatever. I don't know what's going on with that. It could be nothing. It's more like the movie, like Fire Walk with Me. If you've ever seen the Twin Peaks movie, it's more like that than it is the show. So, but I'm definitely intrigued enough to want to watch the rest. I just can't at the moment.
Yeah, we lost our free. Like, we had it for the weekend.
I know, we could have watched the first 4 episodes.
Yeah.
It was gone before we got to the other 2.
We tried. We tried. But it was bedtime.
It was bedtime.
We stayed up kind of late.
We did.
But, yeah, we did watch that. And I've been curious to see more myself. This morning I was watching the RoboCop remake that I had picked up. I was watching that earlier. Picked up yesterday when we went to V-Stock. So, checking out some bonus features and watching RoboCop. I mean, I dig it. It's cool. It is in no way better or even matched with the original. But it's not bad. It could have been way worse. And it's far from perfect, but it's got Michael Keaton, so call me biased. And I'm also a big fan of Joel Kinnaman, too.
Oh, I am, too.
Yeah. It's got a really good cast. Gary Oldman's in it, too. But, then I haven't really had a chance to look at them yet, but this week I did buy Logan and Get Out on Blu-ray, and I still haven't had a chance to check them out. I want to watch the commentaries, watch the movies and the bonus features. I haven't gotten to even open them yet. So, but I plan on doing that. Last night we did watch a movie that will bring us into this week's topic. This week we're going to talk about a subgenre, home invasion films, which is a subgenre I really enjoy. There are so many to choose from. I mean, there are a lot of these movies, from family movies to horror films to thrillers to action movies. Mm-hmm. I mean, Assault on Precinct 13 could be considered a invasion movie of sorts, but
yeah, it is.
We're going to talk about our favorite of these films. But the first one we're going to talk about is, just due to popular demand, I did post on our Facebook page as well as my personal page, what is your favorite home invasion film? And it doesn't have to be a horror film. And out of all the responses I got, it was all the same thing. Like, I was expecting someone to say The Strangers, or, I don't know, When a Stranger Calls, which I doubt, because, I mean, no one's seen that movie but us.
Right.
No, but the number one answer I got was Home Alone.
Yeah, I mean, it fits the bill.
I mean, yeah, it's technically a home invasion movie. It's about people trying to break in and steal shit. Now, I kind of wonder if that would be remade nowadays. It would be a very serious, dark, bleak movie. This summer, he is home alone.
Oh, really? See, I think it would be even lighter.
You think so?
It'd be really, like, some really terrible, cheapy...
Yeah, it could go either way. I could see them, like, because you know how they reboot everything has to be, like, dark and bleak?
Yeah.
But they could go the 21 Jump Street remake route and just, like, make it super light and cheesy.
Like, the kids' movies, it just seems to me the live-action kids' movie these days are, like, whoo, not good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're rarely good.
Yeah.
I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy is definitely, like, I feel like it's a kids' movie as well. But it's an adult movie, but it's also kind of a kids' movie.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
I'd call that more of a family movie. I don't think it's specifically for kids.
Yeah, I mean, there are some. Oh, Batman Lego Movie.
Yeah,
that's a great kids movie.
There you go.
Yeah, like, so they could still be good, but anyway, we're getting off topic here. So yeah, Home Alone, man. I mean, do you remember, growing up watching Home Alone? Did you grow up watching Home Alone?
Oh, I sure did. Yeah.
Yeah, so
definitely.
It's really cool. And Harry and Marv, the robbers, are respectively Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern. Mm-hmm. It's really intriguing that they didn't think they can get Joe Pesci for this movie. Yeah. Because this is post Goodfellas, after he won an Oscar. Or around the time he won an Oscar. So it was like, oh, Joe Pesci would be good, but we're never going to get him. And miraculously, they got him.
That's funny.
And if you notice, like, I think one of my favorite things about his character, his Harry character, is he does kind of thing.
Because he can't swear.
Because he can't swear.
In the kids' movie.
And apparently he came up with that. That's not in the script.
Oh, really?
That was his thing, yeah.
Anyway,
it's really fucking cool. It's really funny.
And you can get yourself worked up to that point where you're not speaking coherent words. Yeah. You're just kind of...
Yeah. So, I mean, do you ever think, like, if you were a kid and... Because, I mean, were you left alone a lot when you were a kid?
No.
No? Okay.
No, not until I was 11 or 12, really.
Okay. No, I think I was younger than that, because I think I was probably in first or second grade, and I was really sick. No one could stay home with me, so my mom had to go to work. But she called me every...
That's the plot of Home Alone 3, fun fact.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I never saw the third one.
He's sick with the chicken pox, and his mom has to go to work.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I was like at home, but my mom called me like every 10 minutes, and she worked like 20, 30 minutes away from home. So
right.
She called me like every hour, like to check on me, make sure I was doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, but I always wondered, like, what would happen if someone tried to break in? What would I do? First of all, I never lived in a house that large.
Right.
Secondly,
me neither.
Yeah. Secondly, I had a lot of toys, but I don't think I had enough micro machines.
I didn't have enough intelligence or creativity to do anything remotely like that child did. So.
Yeah, I think all I would do is try to lock the door and put stuff in front of it, maybe, and scream and cry and hide.
I think I would hope my Great Dane would scare them off. That would be the end of that.
Oh, Simon.
Well, it was Gracie back then, but
okay.
yeah.
Well, all Great Danes have the same voice to me. Even if it's a girl Great Dane.
Even if it's a girl.
They have this big, dopey look on their face.
They do.
You always sound like this. Hey, what are you doing? You have a cheeseburger. I'm really hungry. I want to eat a cheeseburger.
Well, I mean, if the...
Tabby, you gonna finish eating that cheeseburger over there?
Shut up. If they weren't smart enough to bring guns to their burglaries, then... I mean, they kind of...
They had crowbars.
Kind of asked for it. Yeah, but that was to get in, not for weapons. I mean, granted... Well, no, that's not true. Because for the rest of the houses, they knew no one was going to be home. Yeah. They knew this kid was home.
But they didn't think he would cause them harm. They thought it was a little tiny kid. He ain't going to do nothing. Yeah,
but he's at least going to run and try and call the police.
Hey, but they'll be long gone by the time he's back. Like, I'm pretty sure they thought they'd maybe smack him over the head and they'd be hit.
I guess. Oh, geez, that's dark.
Yeah, I'm just saying. They were going to fucking kill him at the end of the movie, remember?
Well, he had gotten them very mad at that point.
Well, but they were still
I don't think they were going to kill him at the start.
Oh my god, I remember, I laughed my ass off every time. Like, I remember the last time I saw it, when they're, trying hey, little fella, blah, blah, blah. And they're talking to him. It's he's like, I'm going to call the cops. It's like, hey, buddy, I know you're all alone. And they're talking shit to him, and he gets the BB gun.
Yeah.
And he puts it through the doggy door.
Yeah.
He's like, that'll be a good little... And you see the gun. You see it's a low angle. You see him talking, then you see the barrel just slowly enter the frame, aimed at his balls. Uh-huh. He's like, be a good little fella and open the door. Gets shot in the balls like... it's so fucking funny.
What's your favorite of the traps? If you can?
Oh, gosh.
I know it's probably. One.
I know for a fact. I know what it is in the second one, but in the first one, it's definitely got to probably be the. It's a cross between the paint buckets and the tarantula, which isn't a trap; it's just a moment.
Yeah, that he just got lucky with the tarantula.
Okay, so when he grabs it, he sees that tarantula and he puts it on Daniel Stern's face. That fucking scream kills me. Because I don't think it was planned. He's supposed to freak out, but I think he just took it. He created such a great character, and he took it to that level, to that place. And I die every fucking time. He was like, Marv, hurry. Why the hell did you take your shoes off? Why the hell are you dressed like a chicken? That's so great. There's so many great things about that movie.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how do you forget your kid, though? I mean, that's like...
I mean, I feel like they explain it reasonably well. However, I do have to side with Kevin through the movie. Everyone in that family is a jerk to him for no reason.
Yeah.
I can understand his older brother just being a tool to him just because some older siblings are like that,
Yeah.
But the parents, the uncle. Okay,
look what you did, you little jerk.
If my uncle or anybody talked to me like that in front of my mom, there would be words had, not just, let's just ignore that comment,
Well, have you ever ruined an entire meal for your whole family?
Buzz ruined it. Let's be clear.
Oh, that's true. Touche.
That was Buzz's fault.
Yeah, touche.
But yeah, his whole family is pretty mean to him. I mean, for no reason. But, I guess with that many kids, there are that many kids, but they weren't all Catherine O'Hara's kids, So you would think
their cousins
she would want to personally make sure her kids are accounted for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, but... and then, it's funny the way she realized it. I guess it was just kind of like, wow, I literally have not seen him this entire time,
Yeah. No one did. No one crosses their minds. Horrible. Just horrible.
Just horrible.
If it makes you feel better, I forgot my reading glasses.
I love the way she just turns and stares at him, too.
For real?
I know, and then the aunt gets that look like, shut up.
Yeah. And you didn't notice this. I think the last time you and I just happened to watch it together, I brought it up to you when Kevin fights with Buzz. They knock the soda over. The plane tickets are all on the counter by the pizza, and soda and milk or some shit get all over it. So they grab a bunch of napkins and wipe it all off. They move the tickets away, but they miss Kevin's, and Kevin's gets caught between a bunch of wet napkins.
I didn't notice that.
It gets thrown into the trash. So they have everyone's ticket with their name on it, except for Kevin's, because that's another reason they miss them too.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. You're right.
Most people don't notice that.
Yeah. That's a great movie though. It's so much fun to always watch.
We talk about an urban legend real quick, as though someone's like, there's a big plot hole in it, and I don't want to just bring it up real quick.
Oh, the phones.
The phones, yeah. So the phones are out. The phones are supposedly out. They can't reach him, but he can order a pizza.
Right. How do you do that?
Exactly. And someone apparently explained online, I think it was a Reddit post, because I was curious about that too. That's how I first discovered that theory. And it apparently was said, like, back in the 90s with landlines, when phones went down, it takes a while to get them up and running again, but you can make local calls. You can't get outbound or inbound calls from far away or something.
I was a child. I don't really remember how things worked.
I remember call waiting. Is that Timothy Olyphant?
No.
That looked like him.
I don't think so.
It'd be funny if it was.
I'll check later, but I'm pretty sure it's not.
Sorry, I don't know. Life just keeps getting my attention. There's so many dead people.
The one thing that bugs me in that movie, though, is the cops. Like, they're not taking this seriously at all.
Is it a family crisis?
Well, I just mean, like, really? You're not...
Yeah.
That's a very young child, but whatever.
Right. I don't know. Yeah, this was like, it was just like, my son is just home alone. We just want to check on him.
They're like,
want to go to your house just to check on him. Yeah, kind of messed up.
Because I would think in real life they would take him with them, to make sure he was being supervised until the parents came back, at which point I'm sure they would have questions for the parents.
Here's the thing. Nowadays, that shit wouldn't fly. We left our 8-year-old son at home. Where are you? France? Oh, okay, ma'am, you're going to get criminal. You're going to be put under criminal charges.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm... Right.
And that son's going to go into protective custody.
Exactly.
Like, nowadays that shit would not fly. Like, back in the 90s, it was okay.
Back in the 90s, no one cared.
No one gave a shit.
No one cared.
But, yeah. No, I was just... crap, I was going to talk about something else. I don't remember what the hell I was going to mention. What was I going to say?
I don't know.
Probably yes, I remember. Yes. Last thing about Home Alone, then we're going to move on. So, John Candy's cameo.
Is it really a cameo? He's in it quite a few
he's in it. Yeah, he's in it for a
But, I mean, he probably did just do it as, like, a favor.
Yeah, well, John Hughes, was, put John Candy in practically everything at that point.
Right.
But, there's that other fan theory that John Candy's the devil.
I've heard that. That is just silly.
It's funny, though, because if you think about it, it's like... Yeah, Catherine O'Hara's at the airport, talking about, like, I need a plane home. We don't have anything. She's like, I've been from Paris to Dallas to... Where the hell am I? Scranton. I'm trying to get home to my 8-year-old son. She goes on this whole rant. And she's like, I don't care if I have to hitchhike. I don't care if I have to sell my soul to the devil himself. I'm going to get home to my son.
Except she...
Right, a little bit before that, John Candy just kind of pops up. It's kind of funny.
She didn't really sell her soul, though. Like
she didn't. No, she didn't. I mean, again, this is a fan theory. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm not saying it's correct.
Who make those ridiculous dark theories for children's shows. Like, Angelica hallucinated the other Rugrats, and they were never there.
What?
Or Ed, Edd, and Eddie is a purgatory, and those 3 kids are dead, and that's why there's nobody else around. Or no adults around. You've never heard that?
No.
Yeah, I've heard both of those things. I'm like, okay, what? Stop it.
That is stupid as shit.
Never mind the fact that Angelica's there maybe half the time, and the other characters plainly acknowledge these babies exist, but whatever.
Wow. All right, let's get off those fucking theories.
Right?
But anyway, I like that story that he tells Catherine O'Hara. He's like, have you ever left your son at home?
Funeral home.
Have you ever left your son at home?
Great.
You went on vacation? No. I did leave ours at a funeral once. Yeah, it was bad. It was awful.
There was the corpse all day.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah, it was like, until, 6, 7 hours, and we started came to our senses and went back, and luckily he was there all night with the corpse. He was okay after 6, 7 weeks.
He started talking again. That was fun. He's okay, though. He's fine.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about this. Like, well, you brought it up. She's like, well, I don't want to talk about it. So funny. But yeah, I mean, we could go on and on about Home Alone. We'll probably bring it up again as Christmas gets closer, because we are going to do some Christmas movies later on. Or non-traditional Christmas movies. But that's Home Alone. You want to talk about one of your favorite home invasion movies?
My favorites?
Well, a movie.
Okay,
so it's a home invasion movie you like that you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Wow, you don't like it? I thought, okay.
It's not that I don't like it, I'm frustrated by it.
Oh, here we go.
It's The Strangers.
This is, again, us talking about being a positive show, Tabitha.
Well, I'm not going to pretend that I love something I don't, though.
Okay.
I'm frustrated by it because it's so close to being great.
It is, that's
true.
true.
The first half hour is really good.
Yeah.
It builds up great atmosphere, great suspense, and it's really scary.
Yeah.
The mood is great. And it is completely ruined by the fact that the guy just didn't know how to make this into a full-length premise, and the protagonists are literally too stupid to live.
And they killed Dennis.
And they killed Dennis!
You don't know who we're talking about.
From Sunny.
If Always Sunny in Philadelphia,
Yeah.
Dennis is in the movie.
Briefly.
Yeah, he gets shot in the face.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta agree. When I went to go see it, I was really intrigued by it, but then I was just kind of like, what's happening?
It didn't deliver what it set up.
It does a great job of setting it up, but it can't knock them down.
Right.
But, I mean, it's still really intriguing, and it's still, like, the idea behind it is terrifying, but your protagonists aren't the most, exciting characters to watch.
No.
But there's some creepy shit in the movie, though.
Oh, no, there definitely is.
Yeah, so what I don't want to do is, let's not pick apart the movie, but let's talk about the creepiest stuff in it. Like, the idea of home invasion is really terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, everything from the Babysitter urban legend movies to something like, mass strangers trying to get into your house.
Right.
The idea for the strangers actually came from the director was inspired by an event that happened when he was younger. He was staying at someone's house, and in the middle of the night, some girl showed up. And apparently this was like in the middle of the woods or something. There was a cabin or something. This girl showed up on their doorstep, and the light was out on the porch, so they couldn't see her clearly. And she asked if someone was there. I forgot what the name was. Like, oh, is Sally here? Mm-hmm. Like, no, Sally doesn't live here. She's like, are you sure this isn't Sally's house? No, I'm sorry, you got the wrong house. Sally isn't here? No, she's not here, I'm sorry. Okay. And she just walks into the darkness, and that's it. Now, she never came back.
That was the same thing.
Yeah. Now, she never came back. She didn't bring back two of her friends to try to kill anyone.
Right.
But that did happen. Which is freaky on its own.
Oh, yeah.
I think the scariest thing about that scene is the fact that they screw in the light bulb after she walks away. Mm-hmm. And they find out that the light bulb was unscrewed in the porch, so you couldn't see her face.
Right.
That's creepy. I think that's what got to me.
Something similar actually happened to my mom in high school.
What?
Yeah. And my mom normally would never do this, so she's like, I must have been half asleep and not thinking. Because my mom doesn't answer the door,
Right.
So I guess her mom was still asleep because she told her mom this the next day, and her mom was like, "What? Why did you open the door?" A guy knocked on their door, and I think what happened was he said his car had broken down and he needed gas. And she was not freaked out or anything. She was just like, oh, we don't have any here. There's a gas station, blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, he went away, didn't come back or anything. But I'm just like, you opened the door in the middle of the night to a stranger? She's like, I know. I don't know what I was thinking.
Wow.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, that part is really creepy. You know what I do love is the music choices they have in The Strangers.
There's a lot of old-timey country music.
Right, and I love that the part where the record starts skipping. It just going. Yeah. Yeah, and the part where she's alone, where he leaves to go get cigarettes or something, and she's alone.
And you see him walking in the background. That's creepy.
And the girl comes back and knocks again. Her phone goes missing. She sees the door is ajar.
Yeah.
All that's really good. And it really only falls apart because they have what's a fairly solid plan. Well, they should have driven away when they had the chance, but, they didn't.
Yeah.
Where it falls apart is after they shoot Dennis in the face, honestly.
Yeah.
And then they just start running around like chickens with their heads cut off.
Yeah, I would have just stayed put. Backs to the garage, gun out.
Which was his initial plan, but...
I would have done that.
I guess after you shot Dennis in the face, you just...
Yeah, because a matter of time, they would have tried to walk in, even if Dennis had gotten there.
Exactly, they can't...
Get in here, stay in here, get your cell phone, call the cops.
Right, exactly.
You know? But...
No, exactly.
But that would make sense.
Yeah, but no, there is definitely creepy stuff in it.
Yeah.
And what's the filmmaker's name?
Brian Bertino.
We watched his other movie, Monster a few months
right.
ago, and that had very similar problems. Like, it had, I think, not as good as The Strangers, but it had some creepy mood set up at the beginning.
Yeah.
After they first hit what they think is a deer or something.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of in the woods waiting for the tow truck. That's creepy.
Yeah.
That builds up really well, but again, it didn't really follow through with like The Strangers did.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that just disappoints me though is there's no point. They're just going to take their turns and just kill them. It's like they're not trying to break in; they're just messing with them, which is freaky. But it's not like.
Well, it's also that movie thing where the killers can be everywhere at once. They can practically teleport. They know everything that the heroes air quotes are going to do. You know.
But I mean, ultimately, for people that aren't breathing into it like we are, it is a good scary popcorn movie to watch at home.
No, at home
and in surround sound in the dark is probably the worst place to watch it.
I think it's worth watching for sure.
Because the idea behind it is terrifying.
Yeah.
Like someone showing up at your house asking questions. They keep showing up, won't leave you alone.
Right, and this is an isolated house. This is in the middle of nowhere. There's no other houses around.
Clearly they got into your house because they put your cell phone in the fire.
Yeah.
You have no communication now. It's like, that would just make me shit myself right there. I'd be like, all right, kill me now. I'm done.
Right.
Because clearly you got in. I didn't know
all right, you guys, you win. I surrender.
Yeah, that's just terrifying.
Yeah.
But we're going to go ahead and turn it over to a movie that I felt is what The Stranger should have been in terms of tone. And it works extremely well. I'm talking about Them.
Yeah.
Them is a foreign film. I believe it is Romanian, I believe. French?
Is it? It's Romanian or... I think they're a French couple living in Romania.
That's what it is.
So I'm not sure which country to actually attribute the movie to. That's probably French, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we were very
bad.
stupid.
I should have done more research on this. I knew I was going to talk about this.
I'm sorry, we're bad Americans who only know America.
We're very bad American movie. We're very bad.
Yeah.
No, that movie's fucking scary, man.
It is really short, too. I see it's like 70 minutes long, right?
Like just under 80, like around 80 minutes.
Okay, yeah, it's really short.
Yeah, what's really intriguing about that movie is the fact that at first, you don't know what it is. Is it supernatural? Is it a person?
Right.
The movie opens with a mother and daughter driving in the woods, and they think, you barely even see it. Something runs in front of the road, or they almost hit something. And they pull over, and the mom goes outside to open the hood, and because the car won't start all of a sudden.
Yeah, and then the mom's just gone.
Yeah, she opens the hood, and her mom says, "Okay, go ahead and start the car." And the daughter's like, "Okay," she starts it, won't turn over. It's like, "Mamu," that's what she said. That's what says mom.
I know, and I find that. When I first watched that, this is stupid. That sounded really sad to me. I know it's just the language, but it sounded like a little girl saying "mommy."
Yeah,
even though it's not.
So
that made me really sad. I'm like, this poor girl.
But she's in the car, like mere feet from her mother, but the hood's up. You can't see. You just hear her go, "Oh, try to start the car. Doesn't work. Try it again. Okay, Mom, when it doesn't work, what do you want me to do now?"
Yeah.
Mom gets out of the car. She's just gone.
Yeah.
That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
And she's in the middle of the woods, and she's like calling for her mom, no sound, nothing, and all of a sudden you just hear like these weird party noise makers that go, like just really like.
But you don't know what's making that.
You don't know what it is
until the very end of the movie.
Yeah, until the end, you don't know what it is. But like at that point, you're like, what is that? And then she's like, "Mommy," "Mamu, Mamu." Mm-hmm. Then I was here, "Mommy," in the dark. It's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And she gets in her car. She gets back in the car, locks all the doors. Keys are gone. Cell phone won't work. Oh no, phone does work.
It works.
But the 911 is busy. They ask you to wait.
Yeah.
And then while this happens, it starts raining. Mm-hmm. And then suddenly the hood that's up, because her mom was checking the engine, the hood drops down. It's pouring rain. You hear the street lamp that the car's parked under is broken and goes out. So now she's just sitting in the dark in the rain. Then suddenly mud balls are being thrown at the window, and she's freaking out. Then suddenly she just hears something in the back seat, like slight movement. She looks in the rear view, and then suddenly she's just basically dead. It just happened so quick. And you don't know what it is. Like, what the fuck just happened?
And when the protagonist is driving home, you see
the car on the side of the road.
Services like towing that car away. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really insane.
And that's also a very isolated house, but their house is huge.
They have a giant. It's an estate. It's an estate farmhouse in the countryside. So it is extremely isolated from everything else. There are some local roads, but there's nothing on them. There are no neighbors. There's nothing else out there.
Right, there's nothing out there but them.
Yeah, it's just all, road and land and countryside.
It is a creepy movie. I have some similar problems in that the protagonist makes some dumb choices.
The ending, too. I don't like the way the movie ended.
Yeah, it fell flat, the ending. It just kind of ended. But they're not as dumb as the protagonist in The Strangers, so I'll give them some credit. But my favorite part, or I think the creepiest part, is when he's already been stabbed or something in the leg. Mm-hmm. So she leaves him in the bathroom and she crawls up to the attic.
By the way, the movie is from France and Romania.
So it's from both?
Yeah, it says right here on IMDb, France, Romania, countries of origin.
Okay, we were right then.
Oh, dear. Listen, fellow Cinetroverts, this is why we run this show, because we know our shit.
Exactly.
You don't have to look it up and do research. Actually, we should more often.
But she goes up to the attic and there's that plastic cover.
Oh, yeah, it was like tarping. It looks like Dexter's murder room.
Yeah, and she's just walking and you just see that
silhouette of
the
a hood.
hoodie behind her. But I love she turns around, just kicks him out the window.
And he flies out and dies.
Right, but she doesn't even think about it. She just fight, kick.
Yeah, that's the thing I like about the movie is the killer's it's it feels like they can teleport, but the thing is there's multiple.
There are a lot of them.
You're never clear on how many of them there are.
I don't even know how many there are.
I mean, at the end it should, because I know 2 or 3 of them are killed. But at the end,
they do kill a couple of them.
There's 5 of them at the end.
Yeah.
So there's probably about almost 10.
Probably,
or more or less. That's the thing. You don't really see them. They don't talk. You don't really see them. And it's just these silhouettes wearing hoods.
Yeah.
And you're almost take a second what are they? And they move quietly. There's a lot of moments in the movie that have no music. It's extremely atmospheric. And the thing is, they're not trying to play. They are kind of teasing them a little bit, but they are, for the most part, trying to catch them and kill them.
Yeah.
So there is a point. And it's really fucking terrifying. It's really scary. Because you are isolated in a place all by yourself, and that's that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So it's really intriguing. If you haven't seen this movie, definitely watch it. It is streaming on Shudder for free. And again, that's $5 a month. Great movie. Definitely worth a watch. I don't want to spoil the ending for you, but I'm not really a big fan of how the movie ends.
No, me neither. Honestly,
here's the problem with a lot of horror films nowadays. I'm just going to throw this in, and we're any genre of horror films. The horror films, especially nowadays, are kind of hard to end. That's why there's so many horror films that are good that have shitty endings. It's because
they do that stupid jump scare endings.
Oh, that's stupid. Anyway, it's just I heard someone say this, and I totally agree. There's no mystique anymore, because that's the scariest part of the movie, is the mystique of what is this, why is this happening, But then once you know what it is and how to deal with it, it's kind of like the threat is gone. You know how to eliminate it.
Yeah.
That's why I think the original Halloween works so well, is because Michael Myers, you don't know who he is or why he's doing that or what he is, because he clearly won't die and you don't know why. Mm-hmm. It's terrifying for someone to go after you and you not know why they're coming after you or when or where they're coming from. It's insane.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says. The Terminator, to me, is a horror film for that same reason.
Yeah.
Someone coming after you, breaking into your house, just not stopping, just coming after you. An unstoppable force coming after you is terrifying. Home invasion or not, man. In your home is worse because that's home.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be your safe place.
Yeah.
And these things are,
and I think that's why
things are trying to get in.
I think that's why filmmakers go back to that well so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the home invasion movie has been done nearly to death. Mm-hmm. Your Next is really cool. It kind of goes Home Alone a little bit because she makes a couple booby traps.
I was going to say, Your Next is kind of funny, though.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's very much, it is a horror film, but it's also very much a dark comedy.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people didn't like it because they didn't know how to take it. Mm-hmm. Because it's true. It's dark, it's violent, it's really intense and scary at moments. Mm-hmm. But overall, it's got a very hilarious, humorous tone to it.
Yeah, for sure.
But, yeah, because, I don't know, Your Next is a really cool movie. You haven't seen that, definitely watch that. So next, I'd like to talk about what we just saw the other night.
Oh, what we watched last night?
Yeah. Which led into this. I mean, well, we had already planned to do this topic, but this is what we watched last night. We watched the original Straw Dogs.
Yes, which I really like that movie. I've seen it a few times, but I haven't watched it in a couple of years. But I enjoy that movie a lot.
Right.
I understand why people wouldn't though, because it feels like not a whole lot happens until the ending when everything happens. Mm-hmm. You know, but I don't know. I enjoy the whole thing.
Yeah. Sam Peckinpah is like a really, really masterful filmmaker. Mm-hmm. I swore I had seen this movie and a long time ago when I was in college, and I feel like I didn't really remember much of it. So I was watching it, I felt like I was watching it for the first time because I didn't remember half the things that were in it.
Yeah.
It was weird. Apart from Dustin Hoffman, I did recognize one of the actors in the movie.
David Warner?
Yeah. So, if you don't know who that is just by the name, if you've seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Part 2, Secret of the Ooze,
good Lord.
He's the scientist. And he's the scientist. If you've seen Titanic, he is the master. He has the master's arms. Billy Zane's.
Yeah, Billy Zane's
dude,
bodyguard or whatever.
Yeah, and he's also the voice in Batman the Animated Series of Ra's al Ghul.
He's got a very extensive filmography.
Yeah, he's got dude. Okay, so we looked because when we're watching it, I'm like, I know this guy. I'm like, dude, it's Homeboy from Titanic. And I've looked up his IMDb just to double check. Dude's got 221 actor credits. That's a lot, man.
Yeah.
Like, damn. He's been working for a very long time. But, yeah, Straw Dogs, man. That was a really... It's not technically a horror film, but that last chunk of the movie is just these local people trying to break into...
Dustin Hoffman, Susan George's house.
Yeah, so basically, if you haven't seen the movie, it's about a newly married couple, an American, Dustin Hoffman, and his wife...
Susan George.
They move into the English countryside.
Mm-hmm. It's her old house.
Yeah, I guess she grew up there, or she just used to live there?
I think she grew up there, because she mentioned it being her father's house, I'm pretty sure.
So it's like a stone foundation, old home.
A place that looks very drafty to me.
Yeah, and they have these local guys to fix up the house. And
they know her.
Yeah.
Like, the main one is her ex-boyfriend, I think.
Yeah, and really crazy shit happens while they're opening the house. Like, really weird and creepy stuff starts to happen. At one point, her cat goes missing. They can't find it. The first sign of terror or moment of terror in the movie is they go to pull the string for the light bulb in the closet,
and the
cat is strangled and hung.
Yeah.
To
which you'd think he would call the police for, but
he doesn't.
And the point is, like, he's, I guess, kind of cowardly throughout most of it, and I know that's a big point of the movie, because she wants him to do something, and he's kind of too scared to do it.
Yeah.
And I guess at the end, he finally draws a line in the sand.
Yeah, too many things happen. Like, he never learns, but at one point when he's out, two of the guys rape his wife.
It's a really uncomfortable scene.
Like,
it goes on so long.
I will put it up there. It's probably not as graphic, but it doesn't make it less disturbing, though. But I'd put it up there with the original Last House on the Left rape scene, which is really, really hard to watch. It's Superman. I was having a hard time watching it last night. I was like, man, this is going on for a long time. This is really fucked up. It
does. It goes on for a really long time. But I will... I just read this last night about the movie. I will give credit to Susan George, because Sam Peckinpah would not tell her how he was going to film it. Mm-hmm. Which I think, as the actress, you have the right to know something like that for a scene like that, you know? So she badgered until he told her. And it was just going to be, I think it was going to be a lot more brutal, a lot more focus on her body, you know? Mm-hmm. And she didn't want that. She said she wanted, especially the second rape is more brutal. Not that either of them are right, but the second one is more brutal, Yeah. And it really focuses on her face during that instead of the rest of her.
Yeah. It's interesting because at moments, obviously she doesn't want it to happen, but at moments she gives in and seems to enjoy it.
For the first guy, because the first guy is her ex-boyfriend, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I did, I remember that sticking out to me and just being interesting, because I've never seen a rape scene like that, where it's like, but her body is responding in certain ways, even though she's very explicitly said, stop, oh my God, stop, But
then she gives in and enjoys it and starts kissing back, and, and then it should be over, but then homeboy number two comes in.
And then the boyfriend helps hold her down for that one.
Oh, it's so
it's awful. And she never tells Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
And she's clearly just traumatized by it, you know?
Right. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, like, her, you know, I mean, basically, I don't want to spoil the whole movie for you, but a bunch of change of events happen and lead to all these local crazy guys trying to break into their house.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it feels like they're not even trying to get in because all they're doing is breaking windows for a while.
Right, they're just kind of, yeah. Feels like they don't really try until he starts fighting back, and then they're like, oh, what do you think you're doing?
Yeah, they're trying to scare them. Now it's like, all right, well, now we're going to fuck you up. And he starts, like, getting crazy. Like, he gets copper wire. Someone reaches in. He basically, like, ties their wrist to the window. And
he boils water, throws it through the window
out.
at their faces,
Yeah, the blood's really fucked up,
man. He beats 2 people to death with the poker, the fire poker.
Yeah.
Which that was pretty like, whoa.
Yeah, it gets really intense. There's no real music in it. At one point he puts on music as a distraction, which is just bagpipes playing.
Yeah, but it is kind of a quiet scene, yeah.
Yeah, it's like really, really tense. It goes on for a long time. It's about a half-hour sequence.
Yeah, it's a good long sequence.
Chunk of the movie.
Yeah.
And the movie's not very long either.
And she, you know, is rightfully terrified. I mean, 2 of these people raped her, like maybe the day before. And, you know, just wants him to give them what they want, which is this other guy, which is another part of the story.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. And then he starts getting violent with her. Yeah. Like, he just hauls up and smacks her. And I'm like,
he smacks her because she wants to, like, you know, bargain with the guys. And, you know, and he's like, no, look at it, here goes both. And she's like, no. Then he, like, slaps her, like, do what you're told.
Right?
I was like, oh, that's right, Tabby, do what you're told.
Yeah, so I'm feeling like that marriage is not going to work.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, there's a lot of issues there.
I like the movie.
It's good. Yeah, it was just. I was. You know, it is. I could definitely see where a lot of influence came from. You know, like For the Strangers in a way, because like apart from the home invasion aspect, but just making noise, being distractions, trying to just scare people. Because the Strangers, that's like what they're trying to do is not just kill them, but they also want to freak them out real good before they give them a real good scare before they kill them. These guys are just like, basically there's a purpose to get in, is to get something from the house, but they're just making noise and doing what they can and being obnoxious too.
And they have not taken Dustin Hoffman seriously this whole movie.
Yeah, they haven't. And at one point they're grabbing live rats and throwing them into the house.
Yeah.
Because they had a rat problem, so they're throwing rats in the house, and of course that's making the wife freak out, and yeah, but
she does get the final kill in.
She does. Yeah.
So, you know, I feel like I remember there being more hesitation on her part, but I guess there really wasn't. It seemed like it was more hesitating to actually kill someone.
Right.
But I remember the first time I saw it as like, do I really want to save my horrible husband or not? But I guess it wasn't really that.
Yeah. And there's a bear trap that's set up like very early in the movie that he has an antique bear trap.
It's giant.
Yeah, it's really big, and it's like, you know, that thing's gonna come into play at some point. And it does for the last guy.
In the remake, maybe I'm remembering it wrong. I only saw it once when it first came out, but in the remake, I'm pretty sure Kate Bosworth grabs it and just slaps it over his head.
Fuck. So yeah, there is a remake with James Marsden and Kate Bosworth
and Alexander
Skarsgård.
True Blood. True Blood guy. Whatever.
It's a remake with True Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. But which I haven't seen, and you've seen it though.
I've seen it, yeah.
And it's like it definitely, because I watched the trailer, and it does like follow up the original like beat wise. It looks like it's pretty similar.
I don't remember there being a whole lot of differences, except it takes place in the American South instead of in England now. But it follows the story pretty close. Like, I think it hits all the same beats, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean, whether it be in the South or in London, if you're in a house all by yourself, and it's like kind of far away from other things, no matter who's trying to get in, it's terrifying. No matter where you are,
yeah,
it's freaky. And in some ways, it's scarier not knowing why someone's after you, and what their intentions are. And I don't know what's worse, not knowing the person or the people. Like, she knew all them.
Yeah,
these were handymen for them.
Yeah,
so they knew these guys. They knew what they wanted. Mm-hmm. So it still doesn't make it less terrifying because they know them. They know they're probably a little unhinged. And
well, she certainly knows they're unhinged and what they're capable of.
Right. So pretty nuts. But
yeah.
I don't know. There's so many home invasion films that there's so many to talk about, but these are just kind of the movies that I think stood out to us that we did want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
We're running out of time, but I very briefly want to talk about one of my all-time favorite home invasion movies, apart from Home Alone, is David Fincher's Panic Room.
Oh yeah,
which I think does not get enough love, man. There is so much greatness in that movie. If you haven't seen Panic Room, man, definitely watch it. Panic Room is Jodie Foster, Forrest Whitaker, Jared Leto, and country singer Dwight Yoakam.
And Kristen Stewart.
Before she was Belle.
Very young Kristen Stewart.
Before she was Bella?
Bella.
Before she was asthmatic. Seriously, man, Kristen Stewart's like, hi. Like,
Natalie's going to find you.
So, alright, I'm just going to make a fucking... It's already out there, let me just go ahead and make it worse.
I can't help you. I won't help you.
I think I have friends that were trying to defend it, because I'm like, okay, this vampire dude, drop dead sexy, is like charismatic, can have any girl he wants. Why does he want a girl that like is asthmatic or like short of breath all the time? She's like, hi, you're a vampire. Like, that's how Kristen Stewart is.
It's because of the smell. He said something about the way she smells in the first movie or something.
No, she talks like that.
No, I know, but I mean, why you're asking why he wants her?
Okay, fine, but I'm just okay. I didn't really mean an answer, but
well, then don't ask the question.
Why would you want a girl that talks like that? And the defense was, I don't remember who told me this shit, but it was definitely a Twilight fan. She said, because she's so entranced by him that it's hard for her to breathe through it. I'm like, oh, shut the fuck up. Really? Like, look, you're laughing. You're laughing right now.
Oh, I'm not a Twilight fan. I'm not.
Oh, God.
But I don't hate Kristen Stewart, so.
Oh, I don't hate her either. I just think she talks funny.
I just think she talks funny.
But apparently she's like a Cinetroverts herself. She's very introverted and watches a lot of movies and stuff. So, join our club. I laugh with you, Kristen, not at you.
I do remember, and this is not meant to be an insult to her at all, but I remember when I was seeing just the previews for Panic Room, and I could not tell if that was a boy or a girl. I'd never seen her before. Just the haircut in the movie.
I didn't say her and Jodie Foster had the same haircut.
Yeah, and she was really young in it, right? Was she like 12, 13 or so?
Yeah, she's young.
So I just couldn't tell. There was just flashes in the preview. I'm like, is that a boy or a girl? It's not meant to be an insult, I swear. But
a very angry girl.
Yeah.
But
Panic Room is great.
There's so much like visual stuff. The movie's brutal too. Like the stuff that happens in the movie is pretty intense.
It's so intense. I know I've talked about this before, but my mom took me to see that in theaters, and it's just like your heart is pounding for that whole movie. Like,
I don't know, you can't really identify because we don't live in upscale buildings with panic rooms.
Right.
But it is really intense though. They find a way to still make it like, whoa. Because, I mean, to get into a panic room, the whole point of it is to have a separate phone line that can reach out if anyone ever tries to cut the phone lines. The thing is, the guy trying to break in, Forrest Whitaker's character, built the panic room.
Right, knows
which is
all about
the
it.
thing. And, and, like, they made it to be impenetrable.
Yeah.
But they still find a way to mess with them inside that room. And it's so terrifying. I think one of the more messed up moments is when they have the cameras in the house and they're beating the hell out of Kristen Stewart's dad. In the movie.
Yeah.
And they're saying, open the door, and they're just slowly beating him to death.
Right.
Does he die?
You know, it's not clear to me.
Because he's like kind of sitting there at the end, just bloody, not moving.
But he's still alive then, but then it just cuts away.
Yeah, you don't really know.
And you don't know if he lived or not. So I don't know. I honestly couldn't figure it out if he lived or died.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Panic Room, man, David Fincher is like, truly takes the home invasion film and does something pretty spectacular with it.
Right. Fincher's great anyway, but I think that's the most suspenseful of everything he's done.
Yeah, I love that. Like, I'm all about Seven and Zodiac.
Yeah.
Do you like Fight Club and Social Network? And everything else he's ever made? But, no, but I love Panic Room. Panic Room holds a special place in my heart because I am a particularly love movies that are very claustrophobic and very intimate.
Yeah.
And especially intense films. Perfect example is Misery. Movies like that I love. Buried. I love Buried. Which is about a guy in a coffin. It's a 90-minute movie about a guy in a coffin. Never leaves the coffin. How would that be entertaining and suspenseful? It does. It is. It happens. It's really good. But no, Panic Room, David Fincher just does masterful things with what could be very simple.
Yeah.
So much goes into that movie that's pretty incredible. We'll definitely talk about more of that because I know, like we did a director's profile episode on our love for Kevin Smith, we were definitely going to do it on David Fincher. So definitely breathe a little more into
yeah, at some point
Panic
we will.
Room. But we're running low on time here, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. But guys, tell us, what do you want us to talk about? What are some things? We got some episodes planned. We do have some guests that we want to bring on and some special co-hosts honorable co-hosts for a couple episodes. So there are people that we've spoken to or I've contacted, people that have worked in the industry that we're going to get to be on the show. So we definitely got to do that. Excuse me. But yeah, what do you want us to talk about, guys? Tell us what kind of topics you want us to cover, subgenres, particular movies, actors, filmmakers. Mm-hmm. Tell us what you want to talk about, guys, because we're intrigued. We want to hear from you too. And I want to take this time also to announce that we will be graduating at some point soon to iTunes. That way, we don't just have to go to YouTube all the time. You're actually going to be able to download this podcast for free and listen to it on the go, in your car, on your iPod, wherever you are, in a boat, in a cup. I don't know.
In a cup.
I was trying to do green eggs and ham. Do it in a car, in a boat.
You are no Dr. Seuss,
I know
sir.
I'm not. I failed already. But yeah, guys. So we got some big stuff coming up. So please keep listening. Thank you to everyone who has been listening. Thank you to everyone that commented on the post on the page and talked about home invasion films. Home Alone was your favorite. That's why we talked about it first. Guys, thank you so much for listening, tuning in. Tabby, any last thoughts? Final words?
No, just
Any last words?
Everybody stay home this week like normal.
Yeah.
Unless people try to break in, then you should probably
exactly.
leave.
Then you should probably. Then you should become extroverted.
Right, but only then. Only in that case.
They can't break into your house if you're not home.
Ah.
No, well, that's stupid. That makes no sense. They can't break into your house if you're not home.
They can't hurt you.
They can't hurt
break in if you're not home.
Yeah. So if you're an introvert,
go.
But no, stay home because that's what our show's about. All right, Cinetroverts, thank you so much. You have yourself a great week. We'll see you next time.
Bye.